This is your host, Danny, and this is Word Power from English Plus Podcast. In this episode, we're going to learn 10 new words in the context of our story for today about inventors and inventions. The 10 words are reap, innovative, breed, distinctive, trait, expertise, inquisitive, strive, persistent, and embrace. So if you want to learn these words in the context of our story, stick around and we will learn all these. And that's not everything. You will get the chance to practice every single thing we're learning here using the interactive activities I provide on the website englishpluspodcast.com. And there's also the PDF downloadable worksheet. We have crossword puzzles, word searches, and other activities if you would like to learn using pen and paper. And now, without further ado, let's start with our story for today, Inventors and Inventions. Turn on the TV with the remote control. Open a can. Telephone a friend. Dim the lights. Listen to a CD. Switch on the computer. Do just about anything, and you are reaping the benefits of the innovative minds of inventors. Inventors are a remarkable breed. They may look like your next-door neighbors and could, in fact, even be your neighbors. However, research has shown that most inventors possess distinctive characteristics that separate them from the general population. When faced with complex problems, inventors employ creative techniques to find solutions. Not surprisingly, this trait makes them superb problem solvers. They often have broad interests and do not usually limit themselves to one area of expertise. They are inquisitive and self-motivated, always eager to investigate the whys and hows of things. Inventors are also doers. They strive to complete tasks, driven primarily by the need to know the final results. Inventors display a strong work ethic. They remain committed to a task, persistent and determined to see it through to a final resolution. When trying to solve problems, they are not easily discouraged, are willing to consider the advice of others, and often use both traditional and experimental approaches to find solutions. Inventors generally have several hobbies and are likely to embrace them with the same enthusiasm and vigor they apply to their work. You have probably studied famous inventors such as Alexander Graham Bell, telephone, Thomas Edison, the microphone and phonograph, Orville and Wilbur Wright, motorized airplane, George Washington Carver, agricultural techniques, and Henry Ford, the assembly line. Their inventions revolutionized the world. However, you should not forget the contributions of other equally important inventors. Although their names are not household words, their inventions have permanently altered how we work, play, and live. They include Alexander Cartwright, who invented baseball, Whitcomb Judson, the zipper, Gertrude Elion, cancer treatment drugs, and Carl Benz and Otto Daimler, the gasoline automobile. So that was our story for today. And now, what's Word Power all about? The 10 words I told you about, we're going to start with the very first word, and that is reap. Now let's see how we use that in context. We said, do just about anything, and you are reaping the benefits of the innovative minds of inventors. What do we mean by reaping here? It's just like getting or winning or gaining something. If you reap the benefits or the rewards of something, you enjoy the good things that happen as a result of it. So that is to reap. Especially we use it, reap the benefits. We use that a lot. We reap the benefits of something. We win. That was our first word. Now what about our next word? Innovative. I-N-N-O-V-A-T-I-V-E. Innovative. Within the same context of the first sentence, do just about anything, and you are reaping the benefits of the innovative minds of inventors. What do we mean by this word, innovative? Innovative is something novel, something new, original, inventive. Something that is innovative is new and original. That is what we talk about: innovative ideas, innovative people as well. So that's the meaning of innovative. Now let's move on to talk about the next word, breed. B-R-E-E-D. Now, in the context of our story, we said inventors are a remarkable breed. They may look like your next door neighbor and could, in fact, even be your neighbors. But what do we mean by they are a remarkable breed? You can refer to someone or something as one of a particular breed of person or thing when you want to talk about what they are like. It's just like saying kind, but here we use breed to talk about a special kind. It's not just like to talk about the kinds of people. To talk about the kinds of people, you use the word kind. But here, breed, they are a special breed. They are a remarkable breed. We're talking about something special. So that is the word breed. Now, what about the next word, distinctive? D-I-S-T-I-N-C-T-I-V-E. Distinctive. Now let's see how we use that in context. We said, however, research has shown that most inventors possess distinctive characteristics that separate them from the general population. What does that mean? Something that is distinctive has a special quality or feature which makes it easily recognizable and different from other things of the same type. That is distinctive, special, individual, specific. We're not talking about something common. Definitely not. It is a special thing, distinctive. So that was distinctive. What about our next word, trait? T-R-A-I-T. Trait. So let's take a look at how we use that in context. We said when faced with complex problems, inventors employ creative techniques to find solutions. Not surprisingly, this trait makes them superb problem solvers. So what is the meaning of trait? We're talking about this trait. They're great problem solvers. It's a trait, right? A trait is a particular characteristic, quality, or tendency that someone or something has. That is the trait. That is something characteristic of these people, this trait of problem solving. And now for our next word, expertise. E-X-P-E-R-T-I-S-E. Expertise. Now let's take a look at how we use that in context. We said they often have broad interests and do not usually limit themselves to one area of expertise. They are experts, definitely. When we talk about inventors, we're talking about experts. They have a lot of expertise, but do they have expertise in only one area? No. What is expertise? It comes from experience. Expertise is a special skill or knowledge that is acquired by training, study, and practice. So it's all of that together. It's not just experience. You study it, you research it, you practice it, you train, you do everything to become an expert. An expert is usually a dedicated person, a person who dedicated himself or herself to whatever they are doing until they become experts. And they acquire this expertise, the skills, the knowledge, the know-how. That is the word expertise. Now for our next word, inquisitive. I-N-Q-U-I-S-I-T-I-V-E. Inquisitive. Let's see how we use that in context. We said they are inquisitive and self-motivated, always eager to investigate the whys and hows of things. So, what does that mean? Are you inquisitive? Maybe you are, maybe you are not. But I can assure you that all inventors are inquisitive. But what does that mean? An inquisitive person likes finding out about things, especially secret things. Now, for example, when you see something that you can't explain, maybe it's a simple machine and it's not that big of a deal. But if you don't understand it, you can't sleep. You need to know how it works, even if it is not related or not even remotely related to whatever you're doing in life. You need to know. You are inquisitive. You are curious, questioning, inquiring. You need to know. You have this urge inside you. It burns you from the inside. You can't just let things pass without knowing how they work, why they're working this way. That is the inquisitive nature of inventors. So maybe you are inquisitive, maybe you are not. But all inventors are definitely inquisitive. And now let's move on to our next word, strive. S-T-R-I-V-E, strive. Now let's take a look at how we use that in context. We said inventors are also doers. They strive to complete tasks, driven primarily by the need to know the final results. And that is, by the way, a very important thing, and maybe the only thing that separates genius dreamers and actual inventors. The actual inventors may not be more intelligent than other people. Maybe they are more intelligent than a lot of other people, yes, but maybe they're not more intelligent than everybody else. Maybe there are other people who are more intelligent than those inventors, but they don't see things through. They don't complete tasks. That's very important. Whatever you want to do, whether you want to be an inventor, a singer, a writer, whatever, anything you want to be, this may be the most important thing you can ever achieve in any line of business, and that is to complete tasks. Don't start and stop in the middle of doing things. You need to finish. But here our word is strive. If you strive to do something or strive for something, you make a great effort to do it or get it. And that's exactly what they do. They strive to complete tasks. It's not just, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just try and then I lose interest and move to something else. And then I have thousands of ideas, but I don't have one complete idea. I don't have anything to show people. A finished product. Products, we're not just talking about products you can sell, but products you can show to people. Yeah, it's a great idea, but I want to see something. I don't understand half of the things you're saying. I need to see it. I need to try it. I need to test it. I need to see why it is useful to me. And that is why you need to strive to complete tasks, because that's what inventors do. They strive to complete tasks. They make a great effort to do it. So that is our word strive. And now let's move on to our next word, persistent. P-E-R-S-I-S-T-E-N-T. Persistent. Now let's see how we use that in context. We said inventors display a strong work ethic. They remain committed to a task, persistent, and determined to see it through to a final resolution. So it's just like the idea we were talking about when they strive to complete tasks. But what is the meaning of persistent here in this context? Someone who is persistent continues trying to do something even though it is difficult or other people are against it. That is an important thing. If you want to invent something new, you will definitely have a lot of resistance. Inventing new ideas is not easy. Inventing new contraptions and machines, not easy at all. You will have a lot of mistakes. You will have a lot of failures until you get it right. You will get it wrong 1,000 times, and then when you get it right, all the 1,000 mistakes don't count. The one success counts, and you will forget about all those 1,000 mistakes, and which actually led the way to the success. And this is the heart of the word persistent. You need to be persistent. You can't stop. Everybody tells you you're crazy. You need to continue. Nothing is working in this experiment you're trying to do, but you keep going. Now, of course, doesn't mean trying to do the same thing the same way all the time. You need to change the way you're doing things, but you don't stop. When you want to get somewhere, when you want to create something, when you want to write that novel of yours, when you want to finish this book, whatever it is, when you want to get a promotion or get a certain job or acquire a certain skill, you don't stop. A lot of people are going to tell you that you're not worth it. You can't do it. Just because they can't do it doesn't mean that you can't do it. You need to be persistent. You need to continue trying to do something even though it is difficult or other people are against it. So that is the meaning of persistent. And now, folks, for our very last word for today's episode, and that is embrace. E-M-B-R-A-C-E. Embrace. Now let's take a look at how we use that in context. We said inventors generally have several hobbies and are likely to embrace them with the same enthusiasm and vigor they apply to their work. What's the meaning of embrace? Now, if you embrace a change, political system, or idea, you accept it and start supporting it or believing in it. So that is when you embrace something. And we mean by this that inventors do everything with great passion, even if this thing is just a hobby. It is not remotely related to whatever they're inventing, but they do it with passion. They love everything they do. When you see people like that, you should know, you should tell that this person is special. A person who loves every single thing they do, no matter how silly it may be. They love it. They do it with passion, with great passion. They embrace it. That is our word. They embrace whatever they do. That means they have great passion, and these people can achieve a lot in life. You need to support them. And for parents who are listening to me, if your children are like that, don't worry about them. Don't try to steer them away from this path and tell them you need to focus on only one thing in life. You can't be passionate about everything. Oh, our child loves everything. He's crazy about anything he does or she does. So that's problem. They need to focus on one thing. Don't incorporate them. Don't do to them what corporations want to do to every single person on this planet. They want you to do just one thing. They want you to be just one cog in this machine. You can't be doing a lot of things. When you have a lot of things, when you are a lot of things, you do not settle for the only job they want you to do. And I don't want to get political here. I'm just talking about embrace. Embrace everything you have. When you find people who embrace everything they love in their life, support them. Try to help them get to whatever they want, because these people really make a difference. So now to recap, we talked about REAP. We talked about innovative, read, distinctive, trait, expertise, inquisitive, strive, persistent, and embrace. Don't forget that you can practice everything you've learned in this episode on my website, EnglishPlusPodcast.com. There's a custom post I created for this episode. If you go there, you will find everything you need, from interactive activities to a PDF downloadable worksheet. Just everything you need is right there. Trust me, you will need to practice the words. If at this moment you understand all the words, that's really perfect. But trust me, you're going to forget. You will forget some of these words, if not most of them, tomorrow, if you don't practice. Just leave some time for practice, and you don't have to create anything for that. Everything is right there. You will find the link in the description. Just go to my website and you will find everything you need. And there's also another link in the description that will take you to my Patreon page. Go support me on Patreon and support the many things I do, the many things I'm passionate about. And I'm not trying to limit myself to one thing, which is only teaching English, which I really love, but I do other things as well. I write, I make music, and you will find out a lot more about me if you become a patron on Patreon. This is your host, Danny. Again, thank you very much for listening to another episode from English Plus Podcast. I will see you next time.